I think that probably just even the phrase climate change conjures different things for different people, but I think that the Earth is just responding to these changes that humans are causing.
As a National Weather Service retiree, my biggest concern and alarm about climate change is the amount of CO2 we are continuously putting into the atmosphere. It is reaching dangerously high levels, over 400 parts per million, and we really don't have much more time to start reversing that before permanent damage is done.
Climate change, or what I like to describe as climate breakdown, because like change happens with diapers and light bulbs, but complex systems are things that break down. Like when your car breaks down, sometimes you can drive it for a little while and still get away with it, and other times it just stops working, right? So the climate breakdown we're facing is disappointing in that we're these technologically advanced, humans that consider ourselves real intelligent, but somewhere along the line we had this tremendous oversight in realizing that the planet we live on can just be pillaged of its resources with no effect.
It's just very overwhelming, and at first it's, what do you do? I feel so small in this whole world and universe, and what steps can I take to help turn things around?
And yet it's a problem that if we don't do something about it, it's going to lead to large-scale unrest. It's going to lead to massive migration, and it's probably going to lead to wars and famine. And it's a very depressing topic, and I think that explains why we don't want to talk about it. But I really believe that you can't solve a problem, no matter how depressing it is to talk about it. No problem can be solved by simply not talking about it. So that's what alarms me most.
Well, everything alarms me about climate change. What alarms me most is that politicians are not doing enough. There is still denial about the science, and that the people that are going to be left behind are the poor, the more vulnerable, and this alarms me the most.
Most of the time, climate change gives me a significant amount of despair at the thought of most life on Earth, including human civilization, dying if there is inaction. But I do get a lot of thoughts about the truly radical potential about what we can do if we decide to actually take action and decide to actually change our systems of production, our systems of distribution, our systems of energy. And it is an incredible opportunity to actually radically change society for the better. And I do feel some actual degree of hope at that opportunity being realized.
I think it's important in this moment to be connecting with others and have dialogue and talk about this catastrophe we're in and how to make things not as bad as they could be.
In terms of tonight's panel, how would you like to see food systems evolving? My dream would be that we have more community food sources and community meals. I think that both the pleasure of people eating together and also eating food that they've grown together would just be wonderful. And I also think that the way that the world is heading, we're going to have community food sources. The whole monoculture thing, the whole industrial agricultural thing, it's not working.
So trying to get people to reconnect with the earth in ways that our family enjoys doing is really what I think the goal is in facing this Goliath and reconnecting with the earth and with the people that inhabit it.
Sometimes you hear people talking in a Malthusian manner about how population is a problem or there's too many people. But no, that's insane. That's a misanthropic mindset. The issue is not with how much food there is or how many resources, it's how we distribute it.
Based on tonight's panel, what I'd like to see is regarding food system is really a reduction in beef production, not elimination, It will never happen, but we talked about more efficient ways that you can raise beef, more organic, more leaving a much smaller carbon footprint, and also emphasizing a plant-based diet, that it is healthier for you and it is healthier for the environment.
The idea of food systems is very new to me. I've never been to a panel or discussion like this before. Just trying to be more food conscious in my daily life, but also I have this desire to start learning how to farm or garden and get my hands dirty and learn these new skills.
Shifting our crops towards actual food-based rather than a lot of corn that isn't really food-based is going to be an important role that agriculture plays in reducing climate effects, but also creating a food system that isn't just about the food system, but the distribution system around food and getting food to people is going to be a really important thing. But local food is a balancing factor in supporting smaller farms and supporting the systems that food shouldn't have to travel halfway around the world to get to you. So that's what I would like to see.
To that end, I do want to see our system of food, along with our other system of distribution, changing to something that not only is more sustainable, I think that's a given at this point, but something that is more equitable.
And we also need this for everyone. It can't be a niche or a class bracketed issue. Like we all need to be kind of literally and figuratively feeding each other as the earth drastically changes.
Our food system needs wholesale change, just like the economic system. But we like to eat regionally, and one thing we live by in our family is to make less trips to the supermarket every year, right? From a practical point of view, it saves you money, keeps you healthy, and then, in a collapse scenario, if there's no food on the shelves, at least we'll have something to eat for some days. All right, say bye-bye.